everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Fourtress of a podcast about movies, TV shows, video games, and lots of pop culture nerd things. My name is Oscar. I'll be one of your hosts today. And with me, per usual, I'm not going to call old reliable. He's the new reliable.
New reliable.
New and new reliable. Because it sounds less insulting.
Brian 2.0.
Brian.
Hey, what's up? I'm here. I exist. New reliable, old reliable. I don't know. My shit's not working like it used to. So.
Oh no. Yeah, how you doing, man? Enjoy Kansas City win the Super Bowl. Sorry, Eagles fans.
The way I totally watched that completely. I've heard about the Super Bowl in the past 8 years at this point. No, I actually didn't watch it. Funnily enough, I just really did not care about those two teams at all.
That's fair.
I did hear it was an amazing game until it wasn't. I hear everyone has a lot of issues with the last call specifically.
At the end? Yeah. People are upset. I will say, I was rooting. I didn't really care that much, but I was rooting for the Chiefs mostly, and also I guess it proved Last of Us was right. They were in Kansas City. It was like, all right, Chiefs are gonna win.
Yeah, and Eagles are probably treating their city the same way that Kansas City treated theirs in The Last of Us, and that they probably burned that shit down. Yay, sports!
Oh, Philly. Yeah. Brian, with that, should we start with the usual first segment of the week?
Yeah, the usual
news talk.
All right, so Nintendo had I'm not even gonna say brief. That shit was 45 minutes for no fucking reason. 45 minutes of a Nintendo Direct a couple of days ago. Which let's just start with the big one because that's what they should have started with. Because then everyone would have not had to wait for 25 more minutes afterwards. The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. We finally saw some gameplay. It looks like Breath of the Wild, but darker and scarier, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Breath of the Wild is considered probably one of the best games that have come out, period, at this point. People love that game, and we've been very excitedly waiting for this one. And I mean, yeah, it looks good. I'm worried it's not gonna run well on Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo Switch doesn't really run games too well when they get to this caliber. I feel like the first game wasn't always getting consistent 30 frames. We know Pokemon, whatever the most recent one, Scarlet and Violet, is that it?
Yeah.
Those games run like shit. It's time to upgrade the hardware, Nintendo, because these games run like ass, and you can't keep making new games and they're doing this.
Yeah, I mean, it's either going to be that, or it's not going to be as big of a sequel as you normally get with sequels.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually with the sequel, they get bigger and grander, whereas this could end up just being more of the same.
Right.
Potentially. I don't know. I know people. I've never played it. I know Alex is probably super fucking jazzed right now.
Yeah, I mean, people love the Zelda games already, and this one was the first big open world one, so people are ecstatic about it. Which kind of goes into the next, I guess, kind of pit in everyone's stomach about it. This game's gonna be $70.
It sure is.
Nintendo's joining that bandwagon of making new games $70. PC Master Race, because that still hasn't hit us yet. But
which is so nuts to me, because PC is the one where it can run and look the best out of all of them.
It would make much more sense for a PC game to be $70 than a Nintendo Switch game, a game that's in 480p or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. That's so nuts. Damn. But I do wonder if this is the like Nintendo. Obviously, they're most likely everyone was gonna do it after Sony started doing $70 games for the PS5, and then Microsoft joined in afterwards, and now Nintendo. Are all next Switch 2 games going to be $70, or just their big first party ones? Everything else will stay 60.
So they did comment on that. They said right now they're doing it on a quote unquote case by case basis. Whatever the hell that means. I guess that basically means we're gonna test the waters and see if anyone bites. If no one bites my toes, we're just gonna jump one in there, and everything's gonna be $70. My big issue with this personally, I don't own a Nintendo system or anything, but I know that if I did, I'd be pissed off, because I know first party Nintendo games especially never go on sale. And when they do, it is fucking pennies. You'll get, it's 65 instead of 70. Dude. And it's like, okay, great, awesome.
That's what sucks.
I can at least know that PlayStation games in about a few months, they'll usually get down to about a reasonable price if I don't want to pay $70.
Right.
So it doesn't do that.
Nope, they don't care. It's so annoying. I could look to get old school Mario game that came out 5 years ago, and it's still $60.
Yeah, I remember I bought a Wii just so I can get some party games, and I wanted, of course, some first party games. And I think Mario still cost me $40, and it's this is for the Wii. It's 2019. This shit came out in 2008, and I'm still paying almost full price for this fucking game.
It's so awful.
Nintendo's an atrocity as a whole.
Yeah. We'll see how successful they are. I mean, they clearly are doing great so far. Switch is like the best seller of some shit. It's like people are
Yeah, I
gonna
think
buy
it's like what
this.
is like top 3 selling consoles of all time or something crazy like that. Something
Yeah,
gargantuan, which is crazy considering the Wii was really high up there as well.
right. It's kind of nuts. And like also the other thing with this is like people are like saying they're gonna boycott buying this game. No, you're
No, you're
not.
not.
You're gonna fucking buy this game for $70 day one. What are you
Y'all
talking
been
about?
waiting for that shit the moment that you put in your 100th hour in the first game. So stop playing. You have
Right.
a shrine to,
I'm
to
like,
fucking Link. Calm down.
I guess actual gameplay or trailer question. So is it do you think Zelda's dead?
That I don't know. I don't know enough about the storyline to know. I know they like changed the kind of Link that it is. It's like a multiverse kind of situation. So I don't know if they've done a multiverse
Right.
where Zelda's died before. That'd be an interesting thing. Or I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
it's
don't
like one of
know.
those red herring kind of things where it's like, no, you're gonna actually go
Right,
back in
right.
time or something stupid and save her life. Or
I mean, that's another thing is that it looks like there might be a time element in this because
Mhm.
that towards the end of that trailer, the music looks like it sounds like it's going in reverse or some weird shit's happening. So I'm like, oh, are they alluding to some old school time travel shit?
Maybe yeah, maybe they're going back to some what is it? Majora's Mask, the only Zelda game I did beat.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it looks. This is like the one Zelda trailer. I was like, oh, this shit looks dark.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, interesting. Okay, cool.
I'll be happy to watch someone else play it because I don't have a Switch.
Right, exactly. Also, I forgot to say this earlier, listeners. If you want to jump ahead to any time codes or anything like that, skip sections or spoilers, go ahead and do that. Also, if this is a mini-sode, it's a mini-sode, and you'll know in the title. Who knows? We're gonna see what we got here. As we're gonna continue, just kind of hop through this Nintendo Direct, because like I said earlier, it was kind of boring. Not gonna lie. Much like the last Direct, I think the theme was Farming Simulator. This theme was mostly weird detective games for some reason. I did not know that that was a genre that apparently everyone wanted. But also, I was just like, I think I talked to you about this. I was like, who buys these games? Like all of these, like 2-bit fucking take turns RPGs and shit. There's like a million of them, and I'm just like, I mean, clearly people do buy them because they keep making them.
I'm telling you, Nintendo makes very specific games for a very specific audience. So you have the people that like the first party stuff, the Mario, Zelda, whatever. That's pretty standard. You
Right.
have that. That's a normal human being, whatever. Then you have the farming simulator girlies. Those girls are cutthroat venture capitalists. They play every single game ever, and they will grind the shit out of it. Be the best. They'll have a fucking mansion within a day. And then you just have children. Uh, and those seems to be the
Right.
3
That'll just play
demographics.
anything.
Yeah, that Nintendo seems to go really hard for. Also, there's a fourth one as well, just weebs.
Oh,
Otakus,
right.
weird ass
Yeah.
people that like Japanese stuff too much, even though it's a white kid that lives in
I mean,
Arkansas.
the Xenoblade Chronicles, all the Fire
Yep,
Emblems,
yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Their name on Twitter is probably a Japanese name, even though they don't know a single word of Japanese. That kind of shit. That's just playing the turn-based RPGs that no one likes, that are just the most fucking
Yeah.
generic nonsense fantasy story
It's
you've ever
all
seen.
the same, dude.
It's all the same shit. I don't know how, and they're all 80 hours somehow.
No offense. I'm not trying to yuck anyone's yums that likes that shit, but man, every time I see one of them trailers and the name pops up, I'm like, it's no different than the
It
last
means
one
nothing.
to me.
And some of that nomenclature is so fucking wild. It'd be like
It's
Super Warrior I asterisk Excalibur X3. What the fuck does any of that mean? And that's the second game in the series somehow.
right.
What?
Which it makes me laugh. I did write this note specifically, jumping ahead real quick. The announcer for this thing was making his money. He was working his ass off. This is a direct quote at one point. This was for Mario Kart 8 and their little expansion shit. The direct quote the announcer said at the end of this was, Wave 4 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC for the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe game races onto the Nintendo Switch system this spring. I was like, good lord, man, that could be edited so much. And that was like this whole damn show.
What is any of that? Come on. Also, why are we still on Mario Kart 8? That game's been out for like 2 systems now.
I don't think we're getting 9 until whatever the new Switch is.
Give it up. Make a new game. Jesus Christ.
It's nuts. I don't really have much to say about Pikmin. I've never been a Pikmin person. Pikmin 4, people are excited, but also, first thing I saw this and I was like, why does this look like crap? I don't know why. I also can understand like it's an aesthetic and it's not really about how the high fidelity of it. But I looked at the grass and I'm like, That should look like a PS2 game.
Yeah, like it's like
dude. What
really
the
blurry.
fuck?
Like it's like a really low res. And
Yeah.
it's like, why is it so low resolution? But I guess like what is the non OLED model of the I think it's like 720p or something like that. I don't feel like it's a full
Yeah, I
1080 or
don't
something
know.
like that. So maybe they just
Right.
can't. And they wanted to be able to play on both.
Yeah.
Also, there's a Switch Lite, which is even worse.
Oh god, I
So
forgot about that.
yeah, so they have to cater to all those audiences to be able to play those games.
Yeah, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it's real ugly.
Yeah.
It's actually looks like someone took a picture of the ground outside and then just placed it on a flat ground.
That's what I'm saying. It looks like a damn JPEG.
Like real bad. I think it is just a JPEG, 100%.
But I get it. If that's not the aesthetic or the style of this game. Whatever. People are happy about it.
But you can make it look better. Like we just had a Sonic game come out in 2023, and no, it's not the best looking game in the world, but like they made cartoony stuff look better than it did.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean? Like it's
I agree.
possible.
It's possible.
Grow up,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, they never will. They flow down their own stream, man.
Just make an actual system that's powerful. I know you can. I don't know why they haven't done that 12 years. Just do it.
Yeah, I don't know. Next thing that at least popped up to me, and maybe it would pop up to you, Samba de Amigo. Only in the sense I was like, this is a weird choice for a game. It's a rhythm game. Apparently, it's been a thing. It's not new.
I was about to
It's
say,
like a new one
this
of the
is
series.
familiar. Yeah.
It's a maraca-based, rhythm-based, like DDR game,
Hell yeah, dude. I bet that shit bangs.
which I had never heard of.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was always a Maraca game, but I do remember the character. He looks very familiar.
Oh yeah,
Do people like this game?
I guess.
We're going
I
down to
don't
look at the
know,
comments
man.
right now to see. Was it a Sega IP? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So it probably came out on Dreamcast at
Oh,
one point.
yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, it's probably got like a cult
Sega.
following that people really enjoy. That makes sense why I've seen it. It's probably in like one of those racing games or something.
Right. Yeah. Next one. This isn't a game. That should just be the sentence. This isn't a game. Fashion Dreamer. I'm only talking about this because it upset me so much.
What do you mean this isn't a game? This is literally game of the year, 2023. This shit looks like it slaps.
This game pissed me off when they said the aim is to become a stylish influencer. I wanted to, I wanted to give up on life in that moment.
And then they were
said
talking
that.
about how like characters can tell you if you dress ugly. They say they can give you pointers so that you can do better to be a better influencer. Someone can just fucking roast your shit up. You just think you look good, and you go outside, people are like, that jacket with those pants. The fuck? Fuck you.
Right.
What's going on?
Try again, loser. This just reminds me of that Kim Kardashian mobile game that came out like a couple years ago that she made millions and millions of dollars of. That also sucked.
Yeah, honestly, but I was looking at the comments and people seem like they're actually pretty excited about this. All those
Oh my
people
God.
have anime girl profile pictures, but people seem to be interested in this.
I mean, hey, Nintendo's gonna get bank off this.
It looks bad.
Yeah, no
Like
shit.
I love a good game that just Disney Dreamlight Valley, World of Warcraft, even this Hogwarts Legacy
Right.
game that just came out. They're all just dress up simulator, and then there's some other shit around it. Like you play the game so that you can look cool. That's really the whole point of the entire game. No one wants to say it, but that's really what it comes down to. So there is a demographic for it, but you gotta try a little bit harder than whatever this is, because this looks like something that I could have made, and that's not to shit on the developers of this game. But like I suck at a lot of things. If I can do something like this, maybe I'll try. Maybe I'll just fucking do it. Fuck it.
Hey, yeah. Chuck it on mobile, make all the money, get some microtransactions in that bitch.
You ain't gonna be able to get nothing for free.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway,
You want a new pair of shoes? That'll cost you $3.
$3, baby. Get the season pass.
Next one that popped out. This one we've talked about before, but I just really love this. The look of this game is that Disney Illusion Island game. It's the 4-player co-op game. It looks very Rayman Legends, but the art style is just so adorable.
It's the art team did a good job on this. I really didn't think that you could make these characters look as different as you can, but there's a lot of like soul and good aesthetic in the way this game looks. I definitely feel like they got some Cuphead influence as well, with like the animation is so clean.
Right? Yeah, it looks really good. I'm really hoping that this game is a big number this year.
Yeah, hopefully it's not too easy. I think that's the thing that would make it the scariest.
Right.
If it just turns to be like a Kirby Dreamland game where it's not hard to play.
It looks like it could go that way.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brief section where it looks like you're doing a boss fight, and it's like, this shit look easy as hell.
It look real easy.
I get it. It's a Disney game, to be fair, but yeah. This one was funny, just funny. Most of these are just funny. Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. This is a game apparently a lot of people have been waiting for. I've never played an Advance Wars games. My only thing was with this was just a cinematic. trailer. There was zero game. I don't know what this game is.
It was just anime.
I know it's a remake, so people know what this is, but I do not know what this game is.
It's a tank shooter game. I'm pretty sure it's top down.
Yeah, right. I think because I think Alex might have mentioned that he's played one maybe in the past, but I was just like, what the fuck was this?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure maybe it's not even that. It might be like a. I just remember it's like some small ass sprites of tanks. You don't actually see characters very often, except for when they're having dialogue.
Oh
together.
My goodness!
So yeah, they did all that anime shit, made it look super cool, and all you're gonna be doing is playing. So
I will say the animation looked really good though. That was a really good little trailer. Also, this was like one of the millions of ridiculous names for a game. I'm so over these names. It's just call it remake. All of them just go to the Final Fantasy and just call them remake. End it there. This one was cool. They announced that they're putting some Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games finally on the Switch via like their online subscription stuff. I didn't even realize that they didn't have them already.
They should.
That's kind of wild.
Shouldn't have taken so long. Xbox got them before they did.
That's crazy. This was just full nostalgia. I'm rattle some of the names or games that they showed that I was like, oh my god, I remember that. Old school Tetris on that green ass screen from that Game Boy back then in the day. Oh man, that was wild. Tetris was on there. Super Mario Land 2, which is I feel like a very underrated game. I love that game.
One of the best Mario games. I'll go ahead and say it.
Yeah. I don't think I ever beat it. I remember specifically being stuck on one level where you're like and the level looks like a giant Mario, and I remember being stuck on one of those levels and never getting past it. But that was a really fun game. And then one of the ones that they didn't show, but they said will be coming soon that hyped me up, even though I'm never gonna play it because I don't have a Switch. The Pokemon trading card game.
That shit actually sucks. It's not fun. I played that.
I remember playing that game as a kid, and like realizing that it's a game where you play not Pokemon but the trading card game in a virtual world.
Yeah, it doesn't slap as hard as I thought it would.
I kind of want to go back and play it. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, more power to you, man. Go for it. But that shit, it's just so funny because, like, with these kind of games, like emulators have existed so long to basically play these games for free. So for them, they're probably charging you like I guess it's a subscription service, so maybe not, but like to charge like so much money to rebuy these games, and then most people get emulators because it's so hard to find Nintendo games that aren't $3,000 to fucking buy them.
That's the other thing.
Yeah, it's a good middle ground for them to finally put them in a place where you can actually get them without having to jump through hoops or just straight steal if you don't want to be a crook.
And that's like the other thing about like with things getting so pushed to buy digitally now. Me and you, we're always been physical media people.
We're boomers.
And I still stick with that. I still think you should buy physical media because if you don't, they're not going to do it. And then one day, they're going to shut the whole damn store down and you're going to never have any games to play ever again. It's all going to be gone, I'm telling you. It's going to be like Skynet and Terminator. They're going to shut that shit down and it'll be gone forever.
The amount of games that I just have lost in the ether already just because I either don't remember what platform they were on or I don't remember the username and password that I had to get in them. Like shit like that. Like I have a ton of Ubisoft games. I can't get into any of them because I don't remember my username and password in the Ubisoft app.
Oh my goodness.
So those are just gone forever. Like stupid shit like that. And even then, like Origin closed down and then they turned into whatever the fuck they are now, EA Play or something.
EA.
Some of that got frazzled. I feel like I lost some games from that. Like it's just you don't own things and that sucks. Yeah. Whereas like I can go and pick up the Office DVD set and I'll always have it. You can't take that away from me until it breaks or something. Like, whatever.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm surprised. Like, I guess I'm not surprised they want to make money, but I'm surprised there isn't like a super video game archive somewhere just for historical purposes, you know? Because like, what if like, for example, like Super Mario Land, the Game Boy game, like if they didn't have any more of it, like it's gone, it's just gone forever.
The amount of PC games, like, you know, all those stupid Barbie games that came out and stuff, most of those can't even run on new computers. So like, what do you do with it? Like, unless it's digitally stored somewhere where you can like remake it so it does open up correctly.
Exactly.
You just can't play those games anymore. And that's kind of sad. You know, you think about it. Like, yeah, those games fucking suck. But also, like, that was a time period of video game where, like, Mavis Bacon, you had Mavis Bacon and Barbie, and that's all you had. Like,
right. Do you know how many shit movies get put on a Blu-ray that don't like that were a crappy DVD or a crappy VHS movie that get remade and still on a DVD for that exact same purpose and reason?
Right.
They can do that with video games.
Right. I agree, 100%.
Metroid Prime Remastered. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this. I've played a demo to one of the Metroid Prime games. on my DS, and it was hard as shit to do with that stupid stylus.
I can imagine. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've only played the first one on
It
GameCube.
sucks.
I beat it over a friend's house. I didn't have a GameCube growing up, but I had a friend that did.
Right.
That game fucking slaps. That Metroid
Yeah.
Prime was way ahead of its time when it came to like just hardware and visuals and stuff. They did a lot of really interesting tricks to like make that game look as good as it did and work as well as it did.
Shit.
And that remaster is apparently getting just as much praise because they put their whole Metroid Odyssey in it, and everyone is
Right.
into the visuals. They say it's one of the best looking games on Nintendo Switch so far. They didn't
Damn.
just like up the graphics a little bit like they did Mario and Zelda when they put those N64 games
Right.
on there. They really actually put some time into making changes and making it a better game than it was.
I mean, and also maybe this will hold people over who have been waiting for Metroid Prime 4 for 5 years or whatever for that
Right.
game to come out. Yeah, this looked dope and very cool of Nintendo to just straight up drop it digitally then and there. They're like, it's out now. You can go play it, download it, buy it right now. So that's pretty cool.
Right, and I think it was cheaper than the other remaster games that have come out so far. I think it was $40, and the other one would be like 60. I don't know.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
I mean, I think it's
not
all too
bad.
expensive.
Could be worse.
But it's if it makes
Yeah,
Nintendo
yeah.
people happy, then love that for you. Because if I'm not paying $60 for a Mario game that I already bought, that's fucking wild.
Right. Yeah, it's fair enough. I just need to talk about the Baten, Kaitos, 1 and 2 HD remaster.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
I don't even know. This game started and I just went, oh no, it's another fucking turn-based RPG. And then the gameplay showed and I went, oh no, it's a card-based combat game.
No one likes card-based RPGs. I swear to God, it's so like that is the most turn off of any game possible for me.
This brought me some Chain of Memories
Oh,
fucking
God.
shit.
There's another game recently that I was like trying to play, and then I found out it was card-based, and I was like, I will never play this game now. Yeah, this shit looks pretty mid.
It looks like a million games they talked about. I was like, damn, this direct should have been 15 minutes. Just do Zelda and then call it a day.
I didn't know games still use I'm sorry, I'm stuck on this. I'm watching the trailer right now. I didn't know games still use like the painted backgrounds, like Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8S stuff, where like it was
Right.
like halfway 3D, but we
Right.
couldn't model the backgrounds as well.
Right.
That's actually pretty wild.
I mean, I guess it's just a remaster of an old game, so they didn't change it that
Okay.
much. But
I didn't realize it was a
yeah.
remaster. Oh yeah, it does say HD remaster. I've never heard of this game before in my life.
Me neither. I had no clue what this was.
And I used to be a real big JRPG girly, so I'm actually really surprised that this does not even ring a bell.
Yeah, no clue, but people will play it and they'll love it,
100%.
and I'm happy for them.
Yeah, I'm happy you get that remaster that you've been banging for.
This one just has a really ridiculous title: Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time. This looks like an Animal Crossing game. Again, who buys these? I know people do, but good lord, you deserve better. You deserve better. I'm just saying.
Do you deserve better? Maybe this is exactly what you deserve. Yeah, that one doesn't even look that much fun to me. It just looks like Animal Crossing, but worse.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're trying to get your Animal Crossing itch, this could help you.
You gotta make something different.
Do they though? Look at all the money they reckon.
That's what I say. I guess maybe you don't.
And that's it. They had a montage of a bunch of other stuff, and obviously they ended with Zelda, which we already talked about. But that's about it. Again, did not need to be 45 minutes, but hey, they're Nintendo. They can do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, love that for them. We talk a lot of shit about Xbox and how they don't be showing any games, but I swear Nintendo just be showing the same 8 games over and over again, and they're never gonna come out. And then you get some farming simulators
true.
throughout the year, and that's what you're supposed to get excited about. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess Nintendo's good games are just better than Xbox's good games, but I just don't see how we can give Xbox shit but not
Yeah.
give Nintendo shit.
No, that's fair. Especially when it comes to hardware, like Nintendo. But the thing is, like, we shouldn't be surprised by Nintendo. They've always been a generation behind hardware wise.
I mean,
So-
yeah, after GameCube, I don't know why they just gave up. I really hate it. I mean, I can't be mad at them. It obviously worked for them because Wii was one of the highest selling consoles of all time, and now the Switch is one of the highest selling consoles of all time. We don't
Yeah.
talk about the Wii U because that was one of the lowest selling consoles of all time.
Right.
We all trip sometimes. It happens. But yeah, it's just really weird.
Even a god can bleed.
Right. Because I don't know. They've always been able to accept the fact that they are in their own space, and I guess that works for them really well, and they're comfortable with that. But it's really weird that they don't want to try to grab other audiences so much. Because like I still probably won't buy a Nintendo system, especially looking at this, because it's just like, yeah, Zelda sounds cool, but like I
Yeah.
just spent $300. What else am I gonna buy? Like that one game,
Right. Exactly.
but they don't make shit for me.
Yeah. Maybe I might be tempted by a Switch 2 if its specs are up to snuff. But
I like the idea of it, but I just don't know how many
yeah,
like first party Nintendo games I really enjoy playing that much. I loved Mario as a kid. I don't. It's probably fine now, but it's not gonna be my
exactly.
favorite game on earth.
Exactly. Because I've even played some of the new Mario games, and I'm just like, I think I think I'm past this, man.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think I find this as joyful as I once did anymore. But that's just me. I know people like those. Some of those games are fucking masterpieces
Yeah.
in terms of gameplay. So yeah, more power to you. Other quick piece of news: Twitter went down during all this, and people were mad, and it was very funny.
Not Elon Musk Twitter. Fuck.
Elon Musk killed Nintendo Direct. No one got their updates, and yeah.
Oh my god, bro. See, this is why you gotta sell it off.
Yep, get rid of it.
Nintendo's gonna be one of the people that drops Elon Musk, that gets Elon Musk kicked off.
Yeah, hey, don't piss off Nintendo, man. They take everything very seriously. Can't do nothing. They'll strike you on
That's
YouTube,
what I say.
anything.
They probably banned him from all services on Nintendo Switch because of that.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty much the news, everyone. Brian, with that, should we hop into our main topic of the week?
Let's do it.
But first, listeners, we are trapped in another fortress this week. It's full of very happy Chiefs fans and very, very angry Philadelphia Eagle fans because we are in the fortress of.
Super Bowl ads again? I don't know what we called this the first time. We watched the Super Bowl.
I think we just called it Super Bowl
and
trailers.
we saw some trailers from it. Because, this is the perfect time for everyone to spend $30 million on 30 seconds worth of ads.
Exactly, which is why most of them say, hey, go watch the full trailer online because we're not paying to have a whole 2 minutes taken because that's way too much
Or in some
money.
cases, 4 minutes. Because some people like to make trailers that are just the entire movie.
Yes, they do. We'll get to that one in a second, but come on, we got to start with probably, I would say, the biggest, most talked about trailer of the day, and that is The Flash.
The most talked about situation over the past fucking year as far as celebrity news is
like
gone.
year and a half.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I didn't think we were ever going to get a trailer considering this movie comes out in a couple months.
Yep. But man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm so mad.
That shit looked dank, bro.
This shit looks so fucking
really good,
dude.
It looks.
I'm so upset.
And that's where I have like some of my questions when it comes down to it. Like, I know that it got delayed pretty heavily. I'm assuming they went through some reshoots. Do you think they changed a strong portion of what the movie was going to be about?
I don't think so because I could be getting my memory wrong because I feel like we heard a lot of these rumors that look accurate to what this movie is before that happened, but I could be wrong. But I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Like the double Batman and the double Flash and stuff like all those things. Just see like it's very convenient that it sets up for kind of what we're looking at in the next round of DC Universe stuff.
Right.
And I don't know if they were originally going to go that way or if they maybe started shooting some ending stuff to make it look a little different because they knew that they weren't going to be able to chop this up again.
Right. I don't know. But whatever they did, it worked on me, man. This trailer looks nuts. It looks so fucking good. I haven't felt this way about a trailer in a while.
That's what's funny about it because what was it we were talking about one of the other weeks where I was like, this trailer, Shazam. This trailer doesn't. Doesn't look good. This doesn't. It's not a movie that I feel like I'm excited for. This shit hit, so I know it's not just me. Like this shit actually hit. So something's happening here, and I was not excited about this movie. This was a movie that I almost completely written off as not even getting released. To be honest with you,
right.
So for me to be excited about this is actually saying a lot because I don't want to be.
Because we look,
I don't like the situation.
I mean, at the same time,
I don't like the actor involved.
Exactly. The elephant in the room is just like, I don't really want to support Ezra Miller. I hope they get help, and they clearly seems like they are, and they've been keeping their nose clean, it seems. But at the same time, this shit look damn good.
Ezra Miller's back on the map, baby.
I couldn't believe
they're about to get their flowers after this.
For real. I just like I will say though, by the end of it, I'm also mad, not just because this looks good, and it's seemingly from everything we've heard with James Gunn saying this movie's fucking one of the best movies he's ever seen. It makes me even madder at the fact that I'm gonna miss this Snyder universe because I could just based off this, I'm like, damn, I'm gonna miss this universe a bit. And also, this is merely gonna make me miss Ben Affleck's Batman because he's probably gonna kill it in this movie, and also it's gonna make me really wish that I had seen that rumored Henry Cavill cameo in this that is apparently cut as well. I'm like, I'm gonna be just wonder forever what the hell that was and be bummed that we didn't
Put
at
it
least get
in
to see
anyway. What do you have to lose? Just put it in.
Like, who cares? Like, you got Ben Affleck in there. We know he's not continuing. Just chuck Henry Cavill in there. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, and that just kind of, I guess, gives, if this movie is good, that's really gonna solidify the fact that there was a world where all these movies could have been so much better and so much more powerful.
Yeah.
And that sucks. That sucks that we didn't get what we deserved.
Right. Yeah. And then let's talk about the actual what happened in this trailer, because quite a lot happened in this fucking trailer, dude. Holy shit. This trailer was shorter than the Fast X one, which we'll talk about, and yet I think more happened in this trailer. For one thing, I can't believe they brought Michael Shannon back as Zod. Like, they're going back to Man of Steel, the first of this universe from a decade ago.
I thought that was super interesting. A lot of this kind of gives me, we're back to that multiverse thing. It's kind of funny how we get to multiverse with multiple things at the same time, with Marvel and DC doing the same stuff. Gives me Spider-Man vibes. Whatever the third Spider-Man was, where it's like, uh-oh, I did a thing, and I kind of fucked up everything. and then you got to go back through the older villains and stuff like that, figure this shit out, I guess, or maybe don't. I guess that's the big question. What is going to happen?
This universe could die by the end, and it won't matter.
It literally won't matter.
But yeah, because clearly this is based off probably the most, if not one of the most famous Flash storylines, Flashpoint, which is not. This isn't a spoiler because they explicitly say in the trailer he goes back in time to save his mother from being murdered, and in doing so, fucks time up and creates a universe where things are totally different. And there are some nods to it in this trailer, in this story, that I thought were pretty cool. Mostly, one, he says that he got rid of all the metahumans. So obviously no Superman, which means when Zod shows up at Man of Steel, ain't nobody there to do jack shit, and he gonna fuck everything up.
Oh, no.
And I thought that looked really interesting. And I guess the second, or not even second, there's so much big shit, is that not only do we get Ben Affleck back as Bruce Wayne, he's back as Batman, doing some actiony Batman shit, which I'm excited to see. Looks like he's gonna die, which I think we kind of talked about and thought before, because you see his cowl with blood splattered around it, and I would imagine the way he goes out is Zod's just gonna obliterate him.
Come on, Batman, he just needs a little prep time, man. He'll be good.
It's true.
How much prep time he get? 20 minutes, he wins.
Right. It don't matter. The other big thing, not only do we get two Flashes, because it looks like he's going, when he does go back in time, he meets his younger self to help get some help on, I guess, either fixing things or just defeating Zod. I'm not sure. But it looks like he needs more help in the form of another Batman, Michael Keaton's OG Batman. My God, I've never seen Michael Keaton's Batman move that fast. Obviously, it's not him as a CG Batman, but when he dives, does the swoop and take. That shit looked I couldn't help but cheer, dude. That shit looked so fucking good.
It's pretty cool looking. I was actually surprised when they show his face pretty close. I was like, God damn, that man old. What the fuck?
Yeah, it really did. Because he's also got like kind of like half-cocked smile on his face. Like, what are you doing? Like,
he's doing his best. Leave that man alone. God, that cow look is so goofy to me though. It makes him look like, what's that fucking character on SpongeBob? That like villain dude that got the talking about like dropping the wallet. I can't think of his name, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. It looked like that, which I'm sure is like a joke on that, but it's too fucking funny.
Oh yeah, but obviously he says classic line, "I'm Batman," and the music kicks in. He's kicking ass. I can't believe they're doing this shit. The other big thing is Supergirl, who we knew was in this movie, and it looks like the rumors might be true, because there was rumors back that she might end up being the daughter of Zod and his one lieutenant who was also in Man of Steel, Feora. She might be the daughter of the two of them. I think she looks great. I think her suit looks dope. I like her look a lot. She kicking the shit out of everybody.
Everyone got pissed because she put pants on.
I know.
And the internet's weird.
Whatever.
And full of gross men.
Yeah. She's worn pants before. Relax.
Right.
We don't need her flying around in the skirt. It's okay.
Right.
I really like her look. I think she looks great. And this is where I was talking about, there is some nod to the Flashpoint comic. In that comic, where the new universe that Flash creates is a world where the government finds Superman when he first lands here. And then they end up putting him in a red sunlight room, which saps him of all of his energy and power. When they do finally find Superman, he's this skinny, decrepit man, which is alluded to in this trailer when you see Kara show up. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It looks like they're just switching the roles up, and she's going to be the one that's here to play the Superman role a bit. And also, I guess, help them kick ass, because there's a shot where she's straight up decking Zod in slow-mo.
Yeah, I do like her little like a sane asylum escape look right now. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a great moment when Batman's just like, we just try not to die, and he puts the fist down, and Supergirl's just floating there in the sky. I was like, that's a good shot.
Yeah, reminds me of like X-23 or like
Yeah.
Old Wolverine, like when he first comes out of the lab, stuff like that. Like I don't know why that shit
And he's
always
all
gets me.
nuts.
Just like the experiment, like we have to keep her, underground because she's so
Contained.
fucking scary. I love that trope. It's been used so many times now,
Yeah.
but it's always so good. Being like, oh shit, she escaped. Fuck.
Absolutely.
Also, I love that they're trying to show the comic books at the end of the trailer.
I know, right?
I've never seen that before. But like, hey, this is where you can actually read exactly what happened.
I'm kind of into it though. Yeah,
Yeah, support comics. Fuck it.
And also because it's like, this is one of the first few times that DC's actually like pulling from some comic source material. I feel like in a majorish way. Like they've done small things with like Batman v Superman. They did Doomsday and whatnot. But a lot of the stuff has been kind of original. So it's kind of cool that they're just more cool shit. Looks like Flash has a Flash tornado. Looks like he's spinning around and he's gonna unleash a tornado on some people. There's obviously the two Flashes. We got one with the blue lightning, one with the classic orange/yellow lightning. I do wonder if one of those Ezra Millers is gonna go rogue or something.
Oh yeah,
like is Zod? I don't believe that Zod's the only villain,
right?
So I don't know, but I will also say on the Ezra Miller front, the dual Ezra Millers looks like CG wise and like all that shit looks good.
They did it well. There's a time where they're grabbing each other, and I thought that was an interesting. I know they probably took a little bit of work on the screen to make that work and look kind of seamless. Maybe they got some Moon Knight look. Someone's like, yeah, we can do something kind of looks like that.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm always worried when you have two characters that's played by the same actor. That's always kind of.
Yeah, it's hit or miss, man. It's real scary.
Parent Trap came out a long time ago, guys. I know we're still doing this.
Yeah, I can't believe that this is my new highest anticipated movie of the year, dude.
I'm pissed considering Ant-Man and Quantumania is coming out real soon, and that doesn't excite me nearly as much
this
right
week.
Right.
If you're listening to this when this came out, listeners, it comes out literally tomorrow. And now it's like, oof. It's possible DC wins this year.
We'll see, bro.
And loses at the same time. God, this is going to be a really interesting marketing and press run before this movie in a couple months. It's going to be real interesting to see what they do.
Especially if this movie ends up turning out making a ton of money. Yeah, it's weird. It's wild.
Do you do a sequel?
All press is good press.
What do you do? Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, this is going to be fun. All right. Next trailer. This is another biggie. And by biggie, I just mean it's nearly 4 minutes long, like you said. Fast X Goes to Space, aka Fast 10. I mean, I don't know why I'm so hyped for this after this trailer, because the last one sucked.
It was so bad. Made a ton of money though.
Yeah, it did. But I don't know. This trailer was hitting for me for some reason. I don't know if it was the music, they get a good musical remix choice. I like Momoa.
I'm on the fence with Momoa right now. Man looks like a fucking genie got wished up. It's just looking real odd.
He does.
I'm trying to figure out what kind of characters he's trying to play, because Jason Momoa, love the guy, seems like a great guy. I like the stuff that he's in. He only seems to know how to play party guy number 3, and that just seems to be kind of his character. And this just seems to be more of that, but he's just wearing a little bit more jewelry this time.
He's got more jewelry.
Yeah, man doesn't even wear his hair differently. He just wears his hair the same now. Like, it's kind of pissing me off the way that he's just playing the same character. So what the fuck?
Pretty much.
What the fuck is he doing here?
I just find it so funny because there's 2 instances in this trailer. Obviously, like in this trailer, you see that Jason Momoa was apparently there during Fast 5 and the big safe break, and I'm assuming he was the son of the dude in that movie, and now he's back for revenge, blah, blah, whatever.
That's not what I'm curious about. There's a whole continuity, probably advisor for this series.
It's like a soap opera.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I love it. My biggest thing is that I also find so funny. First off, we see Dom's mom, played by Rita Moreno, in the beginning, which to me is just like, what ethnicity is Vin Diesel in these movies? What is going on here? What are we talking about?
You got a white brother.
It don't matter. Like, yeah, John Cena's your brother. Rita Moreno's your mother. We saw your dad in the last movie that I wasn't sure what he was supposed to be. I'm like, what? I don't know what's going on here. And then the other thing is, same question for Jason Momoa. So is he Brazilian? Is he what? But I don't know what's happening. They're like, bro, Momoa's brown. He can be whatever. It's fine. Oh, it's so funny. But I think this trailer needed to be this long because there's so many goddamn people in this movie, dude.
I was about to say, Brie Larson barely even got any screen time. And I thought she was supposed to be like a pretty
Right?
main character in this.
Me too. How much do you want to bet that she ends up being like the stepsister to Vin Diesel?
I'm sorry, what's up?
Like she's got to be connected to the family
You
somehow,
think
right?
so?
Like who is she?
I hope I don't know this world well enough.
You think
to
she's
even-
like Paul Walker's sister?
that would be an interesting thing if they did something like that. I would hate it. I hope they don't. Just don't even touch
They
Paul
both
Walker.
white?
Don't touch anything that have to do with. Yeah,
Oh,
I feel like they're the only
see,
two white people that have ever been in there. Other than fucking Charlize Theron and something like that.
that's my second question is, and I'm pretty sure he's coming. Paul Walker gonna be in this movie, isn't he?
I did hear rumors about them filming with his brother, and that
Oh boy.
we don't need any more of that because I really don't think that Fast
Oh.
7 bit looked very good. It was emotional or whatever, and like, oh, that's sad. They played that song that you heard for the next 8 years afterwards.
Right. Not even that. I'm just like, are you gonna put him like in a action sequence and have him do shit? Because that's gonna be weird as hell,
That's so
dude.
fucking weird. No, just don't. I don't like this thing that I don't like that we've gotten the technology to be able to do this thing because now people aren't gonna let it go. You know what I mean? Like it's
Like I get it. I miss him too, and it's not the same without him. But it's just like he's gone. Sadly, like it's so.
if they made
yeah,
Black
I don't know.
Panther
I don't know.
2 and then just made Chadwick Boseman a robot instead, like that would be so fucking
Oh, God.
jarring. You know what I mean? Like that's so scary. But with AI technology we got going on right now, like this shit could be very possible. You can make whole lines with
That is-
characters
yeah.
just based on 2 minutes of their speech. So like they could theoretically do this even without like a double.
This also makes it harder for anyone else who's trying to be an actor because now no actor will ever die. You know, even after they're dead for years, no one will die now. They'll just keep recycling.
I've not liked
this.
it in anything I've seen yet. You know what I mean? Like I didn't like it with Princess Leia. I just don't do it.
The only good thing is that we've never really seen it used in a full-fledged like
Right.
like a full main character.
It's just a cameo of something like
right.
yeah.
But like we've seen Paul Walker CG-ish. But like again, like are you just gonna have him show up again? Because like at the end of the last movie, his car pulls up to the driveway and then it was credits or whatever. So it's like, oh look, Paul Walker made the barbecue or whatever. But now it's like, are you gonna do just another short cameo? It's like, how are they gonna explain that he's not here when his wife is in turmoil and they're, you know what
all
I
right,
mean?
guys, like, I gotta go back to Florida again. I'll see you later.
It's weird, man. It's gonna be weird.
Brian went back to Africa. He's not here.
He went to
anymore.
Canada.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Or always show the back of his head instead, and they'll just make it like some kind of goofy thing where it's like
Oh,
you know what I mean, like a
no.
mute character or something that's just always referenced. Like, what do you think, Brian? And that's it. He just shakes his head.
It's gonna be like the Austin Powers joke where instead of like there's that joke where he's always covering his privates with something happened to be in the foreground that's covering up his dick. It's gonna be like that but with Paul Walker's face. So like
They're gonna take a
he'll
photo and
always
just show
be
the
facing
photo.
the camera, but there'll be like a beach ball in front of his head or like a tree or a mailbox or something.
Honestly, this movie is stupid enough to do something exactly like that. And honestly, it would be amazing. I would love that. That's so funny. I was like, oh, I love this picture, Brian. And then it's just a picture with like the beach ball in front of his face. And it's just like, what the fuck? We're really doing this?
Or it's like the picture it was like they moved the camera when they took it, so it's really blurry. Oh god.
What's this movie about?
Revenge. What are they? Revenge of family.
It's all about fear. And Jason Momoa's talking about fear or something. Yeah, you said John Cena's in there. He Batista bombs somebody through the fucking floor.
He does his wrestling move, which I love. There is one race we see in the trailer that'll be the only race in this whole movie. It'll probably last for about 4 minutes, and then that'll be it. But I guess they're obviously they're playing off that this is the last one, even though we know it's the second to last. Like this is going to be part one of the last sequel to whatever. But they're playing up like this is it. Someone will die. No, they're not.
You don't think anyone's gonna die?
who,
Vin Diesel seems up his own ass enough to kill himself in the movie.
you know what? That I could maybe see that, but at the same time,
Maybe not in this one.
I don't know.
But
I don't
maybe
know.
like in the next one after this, he would just
In
he
the
would just,
end, it ends with his
yeah,
death.
it'd be a heroic death, and it'd be like family, and then he'll ride into a fucking fire or
His
something.
last words are
It's gotta be
family.
right. Like,
Oh no. Everything's just so funny. Like, but though I guess what makes me excited more about this than the last one is that somehow this one seems less ridiculous than the last one. Like the big OMG moment at the end of this was Vin Diesel crashes 2 helicopters by using some NOS. But that's way less ridiculous than the ending of the last trailer, or whatever, when he's in a car swinging Tarzan style from a bridge on a rope or whatever. Like I don't
I
know.
almost fucked up and said that this movie feels grounded, but in comparison to Fast 9, it really does.
It does. Which I'd rather. I don't want, like, for Lord's sake, they went to space in the last one.
And it sucked. I wish they
Like,
didn't
we
do
all
that.
joked that was like a meme, and they did
They
it,
did it.
and it's so dumb.
There's gonna be a multiverse. There's gonna be a fast multiverse.
Fast multiverse, fast babies, fast dinosaurs. Like,
Dinosaurs beast.
come on. Yeah, obviously the other big stuff. We get a Han Jason Statham team up, which is very funny and ironic because Jason Statham, quote unquote, killed Han, and now they're gonna be buddies.
Fun.
And then the last what the hell moment is the ending of this trailer, where obviously we see Charlize Theron's character's back. She was the villain in the last 2 or 3 or whatever, I don't know. But she's in a lab with Michelle Rodriguez. They're just like lying down next to each other, and I'm like, what could this plot be?
They're gonna make her a bad guy again, Michelle Rodriguez.
Like, are they gonna refill her memories from the past, and she'll be like, oh, wait a minute, I am the bad guy. Like, what are they doing? How ridiculous can this get?
Oh, good.
Give me robots. I want someone to turn into a Terminator.
I would not be surprised if that did come next. Vin Diesel's gonna die. They're gonna bring him back to life as an android. Calling it right now.
Yes.
Calling it right now.
And it's gonna be called Fast to the Future.
Future. Fastinator.
I mean, that was I think I heard also that people are mad that they didn't call this one Fast 10 Your Seatbelts. Which I'm like, yeah.
That is the worst thing I've ever heard before in my life.
But this movie's dumb enough that they could have pulled it off. Like, because that's absolutely what they should rename that Universal Studios ride they have. Fasten your seatbelts.
I'm here for it.
Oh, Lord. All right. Yep. Fast 10, which I'm like, what are you going to call it? Fast X2? Or are you going to go to Fast 11?
I mean, Final Fantasy had a 10 and a 10 too. So it's not out of the ball game there.
That's true. Oh my God. I love that. This is the American equivalent to Final Fantasy in the names.
X2.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Yep. That's Fast X. Next trailer. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 got a new one. This one, I mean, I'm still very excited for this. This one just had more villain stuff. Obviously, we see more of Adam Warlock. We see Adam Warlock going head to head with Drax at one moment, which I'm like, could that be where it happens? Where we think Drax might bite it? Is that what's gonna happen?
Ooh.
But also, is Drax finally gonna do some strongman shit?
I swear he doesn't do
ain't
anything.
Done nothing.
All he does is make jokes. That man's just a big old jokester. He had one fight, got his ass beat in the first movie, and that was it. That shit was 20 seconds.
He's called the Destroyer. I need him to destroy some stuff.
He's destroyed nothing. Literally nothing to this day.
Yeah, I'm still very jazzed, obviously. But also by the end of this, part of me thought, yo, do they kill Chris Pratt? Do they kill Star-Lord at this?
I feel like the fact they showed in the trailer means it has to be a red herring or some sort.
Right.
But I wonder what they're gonna do instead. Maybe have to give their life force to keep him alive or something. Everyone else dies except for
right.
Who do you think gave you this heart? And there's just a bunch of dead people beside him.
I don't know. I'm very curious though. We could also get a thing where we get multiple deaths. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, they act like everyone doesn't want to do this anymore. I know Dave Bautista said, like, yeah, this is my end for this.
He's
I
done.
want to do more different acting stuff. I'm sure Bradley Cooper would voice a stupid raccoon for the rest of his life if he could. Same with Vin Diesel. They don't care.
Right.
Chris Pratt needs some time to reflect on himself. So he needs to not do anything after this. He needs some time with God or something in the woods, whatever he be doing.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah. He needs to work some shit out. And then, Zoe's probably like, I don't want to really be green right now, guys.
She said, okay. I've made all these $1 billion movies.
I made $8 billion movies. All right.
Yes, I'm interested. I'm interested to see kind of what happens with this and like where this movie takes the MCU, if anywhere.
Yeah,
if it's just
absolutely.
a swan song or if it's actually, I mean, they're always trying to have it lead to something else. So I wonder what that's gonna.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty damn excited though. Next, now we've hit kind of the end of the trailers. Now there are these just like 30-second big game spots that they had during the game. A couple of them are like Transformers: Rise of the Beast, which, Brian, I don't think you were here when we talked about the actual first trailer, were you?
I remember seeing it, but I don't know if I talked to y'all about it.
I think you might have surprisingly missed an episode. I think it was me, Devin, and Alex, or maybe just me and Devin. I don't remember. But either way, this trailer or this little teaser spot, whatever, didn't really show much.
They just showed one of the new characters that they wanted to show us, which he's a
Yeah.
black guy. Cool. The robot. I'm talking about the robot. Funnily enough,
Yeah.
it's a black guy.
I guess yes. Robots can identify as black
Yeah,
as
no,
well.
that's a black ass robot. Also, funny, 2 Biggie songs in trailers today. It's kind of wild. Yeah, the Biggie song in the Fast 10 trailer, then a Biggie song in this.
Oh
And I
yeah.
thought that was very interesting for a man that's been dead for 30 years that they used 2 Biggie songs this year.
I think they're also both Universal movies, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, they were definitely cut by the same company if they had an outside company that they sourced.
I guess trailers also go through like the same thing with like movies where they also have the same like randomly same themes throughout.
Mhm.
And they'll just kind of have the two of the same thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I'm still I'm very excited for this movie. Like just based off that last trailer, not so much this little spot, but the trailer, I'm still so fucking excited for this. Get them Beast Wars going.
Yeah.
Make it just look like a Saturday morning cartoon. Don't put any humans in this shit, please.
But I feel like they're gonna have to still keep it fucking grounded into pop culture and make it
Yeah.
really gross. But Beast, I used to wake up every morning and watch Beast Wars. That was one of my favorite versions of
Ugh.
Transformers. That ugly ass CG show.
Oh my god, it was not pretty.
Yeah, but I definitely had all the toys and stuff. So yeah, I haven't been excited for a Transformers movie in a while. And this one
Me
actually
too.
has like it looks decent. Like it looks decent. I'll be real.
Surprisingly, I like the looks of all the Transformers. They're more of their old schoolish looks, like mostly for Optimus. I like that look for them. I don't want to be sad by the end of this movie, though.
Yeah.
Please be good.
Yeah.
Please be like Bumblebee and not like the last Transformers movie.
Yeah, for some reason I've seen all of them. Even though I don't
I
like
know.
them.
Me too. Me too. I don't know why either. Just it's nostalgia,
Yeah.
I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Next up, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I will admit that this spot I got more excited from this than the actual trailer, which is I guess a good thing.
That's funny.
Because that trailer I was just kind of lukewarm, and then this I was like, oh, this looks okay. This looks a little better. This looks a little fun.
I don't want to see this shit. Harrison Ford's too damn old.
It's true.
God, he looks
It's-
awful
But that's why
on
they
that
got
horse.
CGI young Harrison Ford in this movie, Brian.
Like they're trying to get this man. I know a lot of it's got to be CG and stuff, but this looks awful because he just doesn't look good doing anything. He's too damn old. And I'm sorry, man. Like getting old sucks, but like it's too old. Give it
Yeah.
up. I'm surprised he was really excited about doing this one because I didn't think he would want
Yeah.
to do this anymore. But
Well, see, that's the thing is he hates Star Wars, but he loves
he
Indiana,
loves Indiana
Jones.
Jones, and I guess that's that old countryman shit
Yeah.
about him.
I guess, yeah.
I haven't been super into Indiana Jones in a while. Probably the last one I watched was the Shia LaBeouf one back when he had an
Yeah.
alcohol problem. That was a fun time. That was back when that was the worst shit that we had happen to actors. They just had an alcohol problem and not kidnapping children.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, so I don't know. I may see this in theaters, or I may just wait. It really just depends on what the reviews kind of look like. I guess it might be another Top Gun for me, where it turns out being amazing.
Right. I'm probably gonna end up seeing this either way, unless I hear it's absolute dog shit, in which case I'll see it on a matinee.
Fair.
But again, I'm mostly putting all my faith in James Mangold, the director, because he did Logan and 310 to Yuma, and those are two of my favorite
That's
movies of all
fair.
time. Like those movies are great. I trust him. He's good at, from what we've seen, at giving a character just a fond farewell. You know, so maybe he'll pull it off with this as well.
Let's hope so. Yeah.
I do think, again, and I knew this was going to happen because, like all the rumors we've seen of casting and everything, they did miss a big opportunity. And I think had this movie gone into production like 6 months later, they absolutely would have had Ke Huy Quan reprise his role as Short Round from the second Indiana Jones movie.
That would have been cool.
He would have
Yeah.
shown up. He's big now.
Yeah.
He's a star again, and now, and
It's just so funny.
he's not in this movie. And I think that's like, ugh, especially if this is the last one. I would have loved to seen him show back up.
Yeah.
You know,
Could have delayed it, did some reshoots. I'm just saying.
it could have. It's true.
It's Swan
Could have.
Song.
Yeah, we'll see. This one's funny. I thought this one actually gave me a good laugh. It's the Super Mario Brothers. They had a plumbing commercial show, and it was actually pretty funny.
They used the song, bro, from the old school TV show.
Right.
I love it. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I really enjoyed this. Also, the number works. Did you try calling that phone
I
number
didn't try
at the
calling
end?
the phone number, but I did go to the website, and when you click on the call, it say text us,
Right.
it does the GameCube sound, the GameCube startup sound. I thought that was great.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're putting really good marketing into this movie. Like it actually has a lot of feels like a lot of heart, or it's gonna have a lot of heart to it. And I hate that
Yeah.
I'm getting sold on it because it's another movie that I was like, I don't know, I like Mario, but I'm not like super crazy about him. This shit about to put
It's
Sonic to
yeah,
fucking
me
work.
too.
Jesus.
Again, it goes back to that example of that animation almost feels a little cheaty when it comes to it because Sonic had the disadvantage of also being a live action movie
Which
at
it
points.
shouldn't have been. I think that was the worst thing they could have possibly done, but they're working with what they had. They had Jim Carrey, and they were like, "We got to do
Yeah,
something with Jim
yeah.
Carrey. We can't just fucking make him a voice."
Right. Right. Yeah, no, man, I'm excited for this movie, dude. I think this movie's gonna be great.
I mean, with The Last of Us on TV right now, we're really seeing a lot of like good faith being put into like these storytellings of the things that we love from the video games and books and stuff like that. Really faithful adaptations, and
Yeah,
that's if this can pull that off as well, like that's a win.
that's another one in the books.
I
Yeah.
saw a funny thing on Twitter where when they show like the little truck going through Brooklyn and stuff. As soon as it looks like it's about to go
Uh-huh.
towards the Bronx, Luigi moves it real quick, and they were like, "Damn, not even Luigi wants to go to the Bronx."
Damn. That's so cool.
He puts it on Queens instead. I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty funny."
Oh, that's funny.
Also, he said that the woman voice in there was the voice of the original voice actress in one of the either the one of the
Oh.
old stuff or from the game. I can't remember
Uh-huh.
which.
Oh, no shit. It was what's his name? What's his name? Steve Martinet? Who's the voice of Mario? Something Martinet.
Something like that.
I can't
You might be
remember.
right, Steve Martin.
It was him, right? He was the voice of that woman.
It's me.
Yeah, excited for this movie. We'll see how it turns out. Next one. I think we missed the last trailer on this because I think we've all kind of slowed on our excitement for this. Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves.
I never had any excitement about this. What you mean? This always looked like complete ass to me.
Look, it's probably not going to be very good, but it might be fun.
It looks like it should be a Netflix movie. Like it looks like Netflix got like a budget because like it just looks generic as hell to me. I don't know. Maybe I'll be completely wrong. And this shit fucking slaps.
It kind of does. It really feels like a 50-50 movie in terms of it being good or bad.
Yeah, I know this isn't in my yearly prediction or whatever, but I give this movie probably a solid 65. Probably what I end up
Hey,
getting.
that's
It's
not bad. That's a C. That's a C.
I don't think it'll do incredibly well in the box office. It might pull in like a 300K, something like that. 300 mil, sorry. Not 300K. It's not gonna flop.
I was like 300K. Oh no.
It's gonna be a flop. No, I think it's gonna bring in maybe like a.
That's the worst.
It's gonna be like Puss in Boots 2, where it's like it might be worth watching, even though Puss in Boots is apparently amazing. But it's only gonna make probably
Yeah, I
like
hear it's really good.
325 mil, and that's like max. That's because of China.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we'll see. I probably won't see it anyways.
If it comes on Netflix at some point 2 years down the road, I'll watch it.
Right. Yeah. Scream 6. I'm excited for this. I really like Scream 5. This one, they're finally moved to a different place. They're in New York City. I think this one looks fun.
You're talking to someone that knows nothing about. I've watched Scream 1 and 2, and that is it.
I mean, dude, you've watched the best one, so that's
Okay.
fine.
I didn't
Scream
know.
3 is not very good. I like the fourth reboot sort of reboot, and I like the most recent 5 one. I thought that was pretty good too. So we'll see.
I didn't know you were such a fan of Scream.
I'm really not, but I think they were just out and we watched them. I don't know why. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really I can't say I'm a Scream fanatic. So yeah, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I was always terrified of it.
Yeah.
As a child.
I did have one of the masks for Halloween that the blood gushed out. I had one of those.
Oh, nice.
That's my experience with Scream as a whole.
Right. Creed 3. I only have one thing to say. God damn, he's still too damn big. 2. First, he's gonna kill Ant-Man this week, and then he's gonna kill Killmonger in this movie. Jesus Christ, he's so fucking big.
He's just such a nice guy, though.
I know.
So to see him
right?
being a dick in all these movies is super funny. He seems like he's just a pretty stand-up dude.
Right.
I don't know what kind of I don't know if he's always been fit or what kind of training regimen they put that man on, but Jesus Christ, that man looks like he eats smaller people for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
He does. Yeah, but I love the Creed movies, so I'm very excited for this. But I like a good sports movie every now and then.
I mean, it looks hype. I should get into Creed. I don't know why the movies never really caught me.
I think you'd like them. I think you'd find some enjoyment out of them. Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch 1 and 2 ahead of this.
Yeah. Check
March
them out.
3rd, maybe not. Maybe I'll get the first one out.
And last thing, this one's just funny because I got to talk about the cast of this. Air. which is a movie I did not know was being made.
What the fuck is what the fuck is this?
No, my biggest question is, what the fuck is Chris Tucker doing in this movie? I didn't know what this movie's. We got Chris Tucker back.
I love that he
What?
decided that he was running out of money and started shutting down those
I
paychecks
love
now
it.
because he realized that he was asking for too much damn money and it almost ruined his entire career forever. So it's good to see it come back.
It's nuts. But not only do we get Chris Tucker, we got Marlon Wayans too. What?
What is happening in this
I didn't know
movie?
those two could exist in the same movie without the whole universe imploding.
Ben Affleck directed movie with Marlon Wayans and Chris Tucker and fucking what's his face?
Viola Davis
What is
and Matt Damon.
Matt
like,
Damon's in this, and it's a movie about Michael Jordan.
and it's about Michael Jordan and some Jordans, dude.
Michael Jordan's not dead. He's very alive and still not helping the black community at all. And we're making a whole ass movie that has all of these A-list actors that make just as much money as he does in it. That's so weird. That's so weird.
My biggest question is, will he be in it? Or two, will there be someone who plays him in it? Because we didn't see any Jordan kid in this movie at all.
So they do show a tall looking black man, the back of his head.
Oh, do they? I might
Yeah,
have
in a
missed it.
suit walking in
Oh,
there.
oh.
So I assume they're going to have someone that looks like him. Or maybe they're just never going to show his face. They're going to do another one of those situations where he's going to be a mute and just shake his head from behind.
It's gonna be there's gonna be a beach ball in front of his head every time you see him.
Yeah, they might actually do that. Yeah, because there is one scene where they just have him walking. He's the tallest one in there, so he's got to be the basketball player for sure. And
Right.
he's got the signature hair back when Mike had the hair. This is really weird.
No,
to me.
the one I'm looking for, will he have the signature stash, aka that really bad Hitler stash
yes.
Mike had for a while there, man?
Yeah, that had
Oof.
a chokehold on the black
Oof.
male community for a while for some fucking reason in the 90s. I'm really glad we got rid of that because that shit was not it.
Oh yeah. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited. I think pretty much I haven't seen his last movie that Ben Affleck's directed, but Ben Affleck for the most part is directing wise, he's very good.
Yeah.
And he's directing this. He's also in it, obviously. And yeah, like you said, it's very Wolf of Wall Street-esque or something. And I love that movie. So
Yeah.
this could be really good.
Yeah, I want to see it, but I am nervous about it because I just think it's a really goofy thing to even try to come up with a dramatization of. I
Right.
swear
Oh,
the shit
yeah.
wasn't nearly that dramatic when he got his shoe. Like, yeah, it was like taking a risk on someone, but they knew that he was an up and comer that was gonna make a lot of money.
Right.
Whatever. I don't really love Michael Jordan, but that's cool. Also, I feel like it's weird to make like a fucking shit about this when the man's still alive, like he's not dead.
It is. Yeah. I mean, at least it's not like a biopic about his life, you know? It's just
Yeah.
about his shoes.
Just about those shoes, which man, he be selling the same shoe every other year for $250 a pop. My community goes out and
Making
supports
bank,
him
bro.
every single year, and I hate that for us.
Have you ever owned a pair of Jordans?
Oh, of course, I remember my very first pair. I was in 3rd grade, and them shits fucking bang. I tore them things to
I
shred.
can honestly say I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Jordans.
I mean, it's probably for the
When
best.
I think about it.
I just don't even buy expensive shoes anymore. Like if a shoe costs more than $60, I'm not even gonna pick that shit up.
Right. Yeah.
So to
it's
think to
just-
put something worth $150 plus on my feet just feels so gross to me.
Right. That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
It was
Yep.
like a combat boot or something that would actually help my life, like a hiking shoe. I just don't see the point.
Right. That's pretty much it, listeners. Who would have thought with just us two we'd talk that much about all
It turns
this
out you
stuff?
found the two people that don't know how to shut the fuck up. Anyway.
There you go. Congratulations to the Chiefs. Congratulations to Warner Brothers on an amazing Flash trailer. Good Lord, I don't know what to expect come June, dude. Holy shit. It's gonna be exciting to see what happens in the world.
There had to be a reason to fucking through all adversity still release this movie out of all the movies you canceled. That says a lot about
It
this
also
movie.
just makes me wonder how bad Batgirl actually had to be.
That movie had to be hot fucking
Damn.
trash.
Like, damn, that sucks. Ooh. All right. Moving on. That's it for this, guys. Shall we now move on to our final segment of the week, Brian?
Let's do it.
Which we like to call Free for All, title pending. This is a segment, listeners, where we can kind of do whatever we want. We can recommend something. We can talk about our day, talk about life, take a nap, fight. It's free for all. I can quickly go first because I watched one of my favorite shows come back with a special Valentine's Day episode, and that is Harley Quinn. It was called A Very Problematic Valentine's Day Special. It was a 45-minute special that they released on HBO Max last week-ish. And it's great. It's still pretty fun. I also love the Harley Quinn show. They've had 3 amazing seasons. I can't wait for the next one. I think it's supposed to come out this year.
You keep telling me to watch it, and I keep Not
You
doing it.
should,
I have
man.
HBO Max right now, so I should just go ahead and do it before they delete it. Because I'm sure they'll try to.
It's a pretty easy watch. There's only like I think 12, episodes a season.
Okay.
They're each about 20 minutes, so it's not too bad. And it's fun. I really enjoy it. Granted, I also like DC stuff, so a lot of the humor is DC related, but also more than that. It's really fun, well done show. This special was not their best in terms of humor and everything, but it's still pretty fun, and I quite enjoy going back to that world and the characterizations of some of these very famous DC characters and how they pull some humor out of them. Like Bane is a pretty big focus, not only on this episode, but the rest of the show. He's just a humorous, dumb shit, and it's very fun in this episode and nuts. It's so weird and off the wall at times, which is very Harley Quinn. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this. Yeah, quick watch. It was great.
Was there a plot line for that? Does it move forward, or is it just like a
Yeah, for the whole. You mean the whole show
yeah,
in
it's just
general? Yeah. I mean, the whole, this isn't really a spoiler. The whole main first season, because it starts in the very first episode, the main first season's plot is Harley getting over Joker.
Hmm.
She finally breaks up with Joker and kind of reinvents herself. And the whole plot of the whole first season, her trying to like get her bad guy on and become like one of the top bad guys and not just be a sidekick to the Joker, but like be her own, you know? And then the rest of that is just, yeah, it moves on. I don't want to spoil some stuff, but there's some romance and there's some other fun stuff that hops in there. And not really a spoiler, but Batman's in it at times.
I have seen clips,
quite a
so.
while later on. And it's the characterization of Batman and is very funny. There's so much good shit in there. Yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy the show. I can't wait for more.
Nice.
And as always, shout out to God of War Ragnarok for being a great game. That
Is
I love
that really
so much.
what your second part was? I'm so pissed. Nobody cares about that game anymore. That's old news now. And you know what? That's old news, Oscar.
I'm gonna do it every
it's
week.
Old news because we got a new single player game. We got a new single player game. We don't need your shit anymore because we got Hogwarts Legacy, baby.
Yeah, alrighty.
Which has hit something like the #2 single player game of all time on Steam or something ridiculous like that. It's hitting crazy records.
Not to cut you off, but this game is so big. I was watching like some NFL football interviews, and these motherfuckers were talking about Hogwarts Legacy. Like, I'm like, what the fuck?
So that's been a really interesting thing as well. So obviously I'm going to talk about Hogwarts Legacy because I did buy it and I have been playing it. But I'm also in this gaming community on Facebook that's mainly of Black gamers. And I did not know that Harry Potter had such a fucking chokehold on the Black community. The amount of Black wizards I'm seeing play this fucking game right now is actually pretty crazy, considering there's only one in J.K. Rowling's fucking universe.
Right.
So I don't know. That shit's just wild to me.
Which is, yeah, that's true. Because I mean, obviously, you're a huge fan, but I guess it must be a thing. Because, like, I mean, not to stereotype, but like you would know, I haven't met a lot of Black people that love like Lord of the Rings or like fantasy like that.
Yeah.
But magic, you, Brian, love that shit.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. I've never considered myself like one of the stereotypical people when it comes down to things. But yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised because like there's a lot of different walks of life kind of people in that group, and that's what I love and hate about it. But yeah, it's really funny to see like some of these people would be like, this looks like a guy that plays Call of Duty and Madden, and that's it. And he picked up this game and is fucking loving it. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. I love that for that. I wouldn't call myself a big Harry Potter fan, even though I'm wearing a Harry Potter shirt right now. I loved it a lot.
Are you really?
I read the books and of course I watched the movies. Yeah, I saw it was on sale at Target.
Brian, you don't have to lie to me. It's okay. You know you bought that at full price.
Full price of $12, baby. Another thing, I don't spend any money on clothes either. But yeah, this game as a whole, I'm playing it on PC. I'm having a lot of fucking fun.
Oh, I thought that was going what? You zigged when I thought you'd zag.
Right, no, I feel you. I understand. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I definitely have my criticism about it, but like, I don't know if it's just the hype. I very rarely play games like when they first come out, so I usually miss this kind of hype train.
Right.
But like, I mean, it wasn't what I expected as far as the game goes. A lot of people were making jokes and there's a lot of memes around this game about calling it basically Grand Theft Auto with Hogwarts stuff like that.
Oh my god, you kill people in that game?
Fuck yeah, you do. It's not a.
I mean,
yeah. It's very much like a hard story based game. There's not really any choices that you're making other than like picking your house and picking your wand. The customization is really where the game shines. The character customizer, you know me, I love a good character customizer. If I can make a character in a game, I'm gonna play that game. It leaves a little bit to be desired. It's mostly you pick a face, you pick some hair, you play the game. It's not really like any sliders, anything like that. I couldn't make my character look like me, so that kind of pissed me off. But it comes
Right.
in like the collectibles. You find clothes, you find armor, you find all the stuff that you can buy. You can, set up a
Oh,
little, not really a house, but like a room for yourself. Like there's a lot of customization in that aspect. And then they have, of course, like a
right.
built-in transmogrifier, basically, which is basically like no matter what armor you're wearing, you can change it to look like whatever clothes you want to.
Yes, I love
Which,
that in
yes, I think that's
games.
always a great thing to do in games. It pissed me off in The Witcher when I gotta put on some ugly ass clothes because it has better stats. Like that makes me so fucking mad.
Right.
It's basically just like another game of playing dress up. You can just style on motherfuckers, basically the entire game, and just look better than
Yeah.
everybody else. It's based in the 1800s, so it's got this kind of like old timey kind of vibe to where all the like clothes look. You're always kind of dressed up and stuff. Kind of like the most recent Harry Potter movies that came out.
Oh yeah, the Fantastic
The
Beasts ones.
Fantastic Beasts, yeah. Kind of like
Yeah.
adjacent to that. But yeah, I mean, the game is pretty open world. The side quests are. It reminds me the most probably like Assassin's Creed, where it's like the side quests, some are really fun and interesting in world building,
Hmm.
and then some are pretty like, okay, well, that was 5 minutes of my time that I'll never get back, whatever.
Right.
But God, the immersion of this game is just so like the polish is so good. Like I find
It
myself
looked
not being
great.
able to put it down just because like even though it's maybe not the best game I've ever played in my life, it's putting me in a world that I've wanted to see, like, at this kind of, like, fidelity ever, you know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And the art
Yeah.
team, hats off to them. They've done an amazing job. The game just looks really beautiful. The art style going around Hogwarts just feels so good. It's so lively. There's so much voice and talking. The name characters that you do interact with, you will just see walking through the halls. They'll
Oh,
be in
that's
class with
cool.
you. There's one character specifically. I don't want to spoil anything. There's one character that you'll see in your classes for like the first 3 hours of the game, and then you'll get introduced to them, and your character will be like, "Hey, I've seen you around in potions class," and it's like
Oh, that's
you did.
awesome.
He's literally right there. Like little stuff like
Wow.
that they just really put in there. And I'm just like, damn, like they didn't have to go this hard. It kind of reminds me of Stray, where it's like you could have made a pretty lackluster Harry Potter game and people still would have bought it because it's Harry Potter. But then you still just added so many little things to just make it feel so much better. Flying your broom feels cool. Combat's a little it's a little repetitive, but it does feel good. You
Hmm.
can combo and stuff like that, so it kind of feels awesome.
I mean, like, yeah, that was one thing where it's like it's impressive considering, like, I always wonder, like, what the hell? How are you gonna make wand swishing cool?
Right,
Like, what are
right.
you gonna do with that?
That's the thing, and it's like, yeah, the spells, there's not that many of them. A lot of do pretty similar things, stuff like that, but it still does just feel
Hmm.
good to kinda, like, do the stuff that you can do, especially when you're fighting other wanderers.
Right.
It kinda reminds me of, like, lightsaber v lightsaber stuff in Star Wars games.
Mm.
It kinda just feels good to go up against someone else that's also, like, a wizard.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I'm just having a great time, and I'm just finding myself just wanting to keep playing no matter what when it comes down to it.
That's
I will
awesome.
say that it runs pretty shittily on PC.
Oh, really?
Because the game is I don't think it's well optimized, so it probably runs better on, like, probably PS5 is probably where it runs the best. It's not well
Well,
optimized,
that's funny. I also heard that it kind of has some issues on PS5 at
so
times
maybe it's
too.
just
So
not
it
yeah,
might just be
it
it.
might just be too hefty of a
Yeah.
game, which leads me to believe this game is gonna be absolute dog shit on last generation consoles because they are releasing in April.
Yeah, but
Because 'Cause I'm telling
there
you
might be a cyberpunk
yeah, I don't know
situation.
what the fuck they're gonna do because so much happens in this game. Like of course, I have ray tracing on and stuff like that, which is already pretty like, intensive on my system. And then the way those lights reflect through things every single time you go outside, you can see all the way through the mountains, and you can see people flying around and stuff happening everywhere you go.
Wow.
There's so much shit on the screen. When the rain hits you, it actually like wets your character. Like there's a lot of detail into this
Damn.
game, and
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do to change that up for PS4. Because I know the way my shit used to get hot with Last of Us 2. I know my shit would be a toaster
Yeah.
oven if I put Hogwarts Legacy in there. Like, no way, dude.
My PS4 has only gotten louder in time, so if I tried to even put this in a PS4, it would take off like a
And I
spaceship.
mean,
It
God
would
of
just be
War
gone.
Ragnarok didn't look bad on PS4, so maybe it's possible, but I just don't feel like that game had as much stuff on the screen. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen that much gameplay of it. But
Right.
I don't know, bro.
I don't
We might see
know.
a lot of systems pop and blow up, explode.
I also think there not to say this developer isn't capable of it. Clearly they are. They've made a great game, but it's like I think some developers just know how to work some magic, no pun intended. They just know how to make shit work for like in reasons that you can't
And
explain.
that's the thing, as we're seeing right now, it's not even working that well on current systems, and they need to work some things out. So yeah, I couldn't see last gen systems doing any
Ugh.
better. It might be a
It might be a
cyberpunk.
thing where you just wait. Isn't this game
Yeah.
also supposed to come out on Switch?
Yes. I don't know what the fuck it's gonna look like on Switch. It's gonna be Lego Harry Potter on Switch. I don't know.
It's gonna look like that JPEG from Pikmin 4.
It might have to, because I remember even like not that very intensive games. What the fuck game? Outer Worlds, when that came out on PC, like it's a decent looking game, but it's nothing to write home to mom about. That game looks like
Right.
ass on Nintendo Switch. It looks
Jeez.
unplayable. The Witcher's on Switch, and it looks like ass on there.
Right. I don't know. That'll be interesting when it comes out, man. But I'm glad you're having a lot of fun with it. I was so close, dude. I was so close to pre-ordering it. I was on the button, and then I just realized like I'm not gonna even have time to get it if I were to first get it. I was gonna be busy doing some other shit, traveling, and then I saw the review, and the biggest knock I saw from some reviews was that the story is just okay. And that's where I was like, all right, maybe this is enough ticks for me to I can wait a couple months till it's either probably patched to maybe run a little better and or also cheaper, so I don't have to give who some money. And I'm not talking about Voldemort. Or am I talking about Voldemort? They could be one and the same.
thing. Yeah, I would say like if I wasn't a big Harry Potter fan, I'd probably give it like a solid 8 out of 10. If you're into Harry Potter, this is
Right.
a must pick up. This is exactly what you want for a
Right,
Harry Potter
yeah.
game. Everyone else, it's a little bit harder to say. Because like you said, the story it's a
Right.
pretty standard, straightforward story. It's a Harry Potter story. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
boy who lived. It's
Yeah.
you know.
You're special because you're special.
exactly.
That's awesome, though. I'm glad you're having a lot of fun with that. You have to let us know when you've actually beat it and tell us how you feel about it once it's fully done and in the
Hell
bag.
yeah, brother.
Brian, what house are you in?
So I've been Gryffindor for many a year, and I took a lot of pride in being Gryffindor. But ahead of this game coming out, I was like, let me go ahead and take the test one more time. I don't know if in my old age I've gotten soft or what's happened, but
I got soft.
I have now been sorted into the Hufflepuff house.
No.
Go Badgers.
Right? Like they couldn't even give Hufflepuff a cool animal mascot.
Yo,
Come
man, the honey
on.
badger's fucking terrifying, bro. They eat snakes.
That's true. That's true. That's a good point.
Fuck
So
Slytherin.
Slytherin, watch out.
Yeah, no, Hufflepuff gets a lot of shame. I've been getting a lot of roast for being a Hufflepuff now, but I'm gonna ride with my boys.
As a fellow Gryffindor, I will say, yo, Hufflepuff ain't bad. They loyal. And you know who was a Hufflepuff? Fucking Cedric Diggory for some reason.
And that
So,
man
hey,
had hands for Voldemort instantly. He died for
did.
that shit.
he did. He didn't have Gryffindor plot armor though.
Yeah, that man got washed. Also, my like common area is inside of a beer keg, so that's pretty cool. I guess it's butterbeer. keg.
Nice. There you
So,
go.
Just like
That's
me,
pretty
for
dope.
real.
A second question, I will say, which immersed you more? Because you talked about it earlier, and I meant to bring it up. This game, or actually going to Hogwarts Land and Universal when that one time we went?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Probably it's probably this game only because the magic got
Damn.
broken when you told me about what they said to you after the wand ceremony. Even Harry Potter had to buy his first wine. Bitch, what the fuck?
That shit was so rude, bro. That shit was rude as hell.
They took you right over to the cash register. Yeah, sorry to break the immersion for anybody that was going to get. If you ever get picked for the wine ceremony, they will make you buy that wine. You can't just
It's
walk
true.
away with it. 'Cause
You
gotta
don't
pay.
get to keep it. Which I'm like, yeah, but I'm not rich like Harry was. What the hell? Them wands are $40. Anyways. That's awesome. That's very cool. That is our show, listeners. We hope you enjoyed this. You may email us at thefortress@gmail.com. Fortress spelled F-O-U-R. Feel free to email us any questions or feedback or recommendations or anything you like about that. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at thefortressof and the YouTube channel at thefortressof. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandma, tell your cat. Rate and review us, preferably 5 stars. Real quick, shout out. Don't forget, we are also doing a Fortress Finest series right now on The Last of Us, the HBO series. So every week, you will get a new episode of Fortress Finest of us talking about the recent episode of The Last of Us. This last week was a banger, much like every week has been for this show. And so keep checking out those. Thank you, Jackie, for helping edit the podcast. Thank you, Brian, for the art. Thank you, Alex, for the music. And Devin, thank you for being here, even when you're not here. You can find Brian on Instagram at ITZ_ by the way, Alex at Peterson Films, and Devin, you can find him, I don't know.
I thought you just wasn't going to say anything. You can find him.
Just silence. Yeah. I think Devin was a Hufflepuff. I don't really remember though.
He's gotta be. I don't know. He has like the blind bravery of Gryffindor for sure. He's
Yeah.
the kind of guy that'd run into a burning building to save a puppy.
That's the thing is like I feel like everyone has slight peaks from every house, so you know.
Yeah.
It is what it is. That hat don't know what it's doing. Next week, maybe some Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Maybe we'll see the debut of Kang. Will Jonathan Majors kill real life Paul Rudd? I don't know.
Let's hope so.
All right, listeners. Happy holidays. And put a code out there.
Global warming is actually going to kill us right now. It's going to be 70
Dude, I'm
degrees
sweating right now
in, like,
in this room. It's hot as shit.
no.
All right, everyone. We'll see you in here next week in another episode of the Fourtress of